The big engines had been naughty, so the Fat Controller asked Thomas and Edward to look after the main line. "But sir," said Thomas, "what about my branch line?" "Don't worry," said the Fat Controller. "Our new tank engine will look after Annie and Clarabelle. His name is Percy. Please show him what to do." Thomas was surprised to see Percy. "You're so small," he puffed. "Have you ever pulled a train before?" "No," replied Percy. "The Fat Controller brought me here to shunt trucks. It must be exciting to pull a proper train." "Oh, it is," said Thomas grandly. "I've been doing it for years. Pay attention, little Percy, and you'll do well." Percy tried hard to remember everything that Thomas told him. "And make sure you're on time at the junction," Thomas added. "The Fat Controller won't be pleased if you're late." "I will," peeped Percy. The following morning, Percy brought Annie and Clarabelle to the station. He was so excited he kept letting off steam. "Keep calm, Percy," said Annie, "and take your time," added Clarabelle. But Percy was still overeager as he puffed away. He whistled loudly at every station. "Peep, peep! Get in quickly, please!" The passengers didn't like being rushed, nor did Annie and Clarabelle. They reached the junction just as Thomas arrived. "Not bad," remarked Thomas loftily. "I hope you'll be as reliable as this every day." "Of course," puffed Percy. "You wait and see." Before long, it was time to leave. The guard blew his whistle, and Percy took off like a rocket. "Slow down!" warned the coaches, but Percy wouldn't listen. As he rounded a bend, there was trouble. Some careless sheep had strayed onto the line. "I'll show 'em," huffed Percy, and he blew steam at them. The frightened sheep scampered out of the way. Suddenly, Percy began to slow down. At the next station, he felt tired and out of breath. "You've used up too much steam," said the driver. "We'll have to wait until you've built up more before we can go on." "Oh dear," sighed Percy, "and things were going so well too." Soon he had enough puff to set off again. But he was late when they reached the top station. "We told you to calm down," scolded Annie and Clarabelle. "There was no need to hurry at all." Percy felt silly. "I'm sorry. I was only trying to please Thomas. After all, he's been running his branch line for years." Annie and Clarabelle were surprised. "No, he hasn't. Thomas has a lot to learn himself. He's made far more mistakes than you have." "You'll do well, Percy, so long as you don't rush and pay attention." "I'll try," promised Percy. When the big engines were let out again, everyone returned to their usual jobs. "Well, Percy," said Thomas, "I hope you've learned a thing or two about branch lines." "Oh, I have," grinned Percy. "Annie and Clarabelle have been very helpful indeed." And he hurried off to the yard, leaving Thomas speechless.